Good morning, Flosstube. My name is Laura, and I'd like to welcome you to Stitching by the Shore, my channel all about cross stitch. Every once in a while we do something else crafty, but today it is all about cross stitch. If you are new to my channel, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for pressing play. I know there's so many choices out there, and I am truly appreciative of the fact that you chose to watch me this morning, or whenever you happen to watch me. But thank you, and I hope you stick around. Feel free to ask questions and just hang out with us and visit with us. I like to think we have a lot of fun, but welcome. Welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much, as always, for continuing to be with me, support me, visit with me, and stitch with me. I love it, and I love our stitchy friendships that we have created. So thank you so much to all of you as well. All right, so let's get started. I have a couple finishes that were also starts, so I think I will wait on those and do those after my works in progress. I think I want to start with those. So we're going to start with the things that I have not finished yet. This one, first off, I didn't do it. I didn't get it done by February. I'm not gonna at this point. It's the February Cottage from Cottage Needleworks. I am in the process of doing the whole series, and this is where I got. That's it. Ooh, that's my needle. That's why I did iron it this morning, but it's a little bit wrinkly anyway. I think I did too fast a job. But that's what it looks like. Yeah, I got the house finished, which I did want to do, and then I had started here, and I don't know what happened the day I was stitching this, but didn't get very far. So what I'm gonna do about this, I don't know at this point. And before I forget, this is on the back side of Vintage Country Mocha, 18 count. So this is the side that is not printed, and all of them are being done on that side, so just a continuity type of thing. You know, because I've been talking about stitching these for my mom, and I haven't been able to finish any of them yet, because I don't go out, and it's a simple finish that I want to do. I just need to find fabrics to do them all. So originally, I was going to start with giving a couple to my mom for her birthday in June. Well, I seriously didn't get out anywhere then. So then I was like, okay, Christmas, because you know, once summer's over, I'll be able to get out. I still wasn't out for Christmas time in order to just like shop and browse and all that. So now we're back to the plan of maybe this coming June, I can have them just about almost done and give them to her as a set rather than trying to keep giving her to a piecemeal. Maybe there'll be a couple old ones that I haven't done, which leads me to think what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump ahead from here. I don't know if I'll finish this one yet and then do it, or just jump ahead, go get the flosses for June. Get that one done, because I have the entire rest of the year done through December and then working around to January. So, and then work my way backwards, because if I'm thinking about trying to give these to her for June, if I don't have May done or February done, it doesn't really matter because that's a ways away. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that maybe I can get a little bit of fabric shopping in between now and June. And even if we can't do a big get together in June, we will actually be able to sit outside. My mother-in-law's birthday was last weekend, and it was so cold that it was a FaceTime call rather than a in-person visit. It was just too cold to have them stand outside and us, and it was windy and everything else. So I'm hoping come June, we might be able to sit, chat, have a cup of tea, the whole bit, and everything else outside. So that is February, and that's the long-winded story to say that I'm not sure February will get done at this point, but next time you see these, I'm jumping ahead to June. And I hear June is French not heavy, but you know I am creative in how I change that, so stay tuned for that. So that is the February Cottage. A really long story to say I didn't get much done. This one is almost done. I didn't get it done for this time, but I think I can for next time I see you. It's Silver Creek Samplers, Winterful Friends, super cute stitch. It's a small stitch. I'm going to show you on the 18 count. It's not huge. They say it measures on 4.62 and 1 by 1.87. So, 4.5 by 2 basically. So this is what we have, so close. This is done, what is this done on? Ice blue fabric from To Die For Fabrics. And if you're new, I list, underneath in the description, I list everything I'm working on. I don't always link to everything there, for example, with fabrics, because I have a separate fabric section of go-to fabrics. But for example, if it's a fabric person that I don't use a lot, I will put it in the description of the work in progress. Otherwise, you'll see it below. So I do try to link everything. And if I forget, feel free to reach out to me. Send me an email and I would be happy to send you any links. So this is where we have this guy. Yeah, I have some snowflakes. I have to finish the birds and really not much more. So he's super cute. He's not huge, wise. So we'll see what I do with him. But I love him. Really enjoyed stitching him. And he's a nice, quick, easy stitch if you want a cute little snow stitch. All right, this next one, I had no plans this week of stitching on this, but I blamed Helen D. I was watching Helen, and she was working on this. Now, she is a super fast stitcher, way faster than I am. So even if I were to keep going with this, she's gonna finish way before me. So check it out if you'd like to see it. But I decided I want to get some stitches in, and I like it, so I thought, what, let's do it. Pretty Little Amsterdam by Satsuma. I hadn't picked this one up in a little while, so I thought I would do so. And again, she started from a different section, so she has all this done, which is really cool. And I hadn't done that yet. I was up here. So I said, I like that, so I'm going to do some of that. So that's what I did. And here we go. That's Pretty Little Amsterdam. This fabric is Nantucket Sky from Fabrics by Stephanie. And I love it for anything outdoors because obviously it looks like the sky with the clouds. I will not be stitching these. I had thought about it, and then when I got to this one, I said, no, not with my fabric. I don't feel like I need to stitch the clouds because the fabric itself gives me that cloud look. So from a distance, you'll get that great sky, and that's what it looks up close up. So a lot of fun. Satsuma has a lot of color changes, and they're bright, but sometimes you just want that bright, cheery color change. I did mess up a few times. I probably would have had another one done, but there was some frogging going on. I wasn't paying attention to my counting a few times. But yeah, that's where we got. And I was working on this, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, I don't remember, but I still have the flosses kind of out and about. So I may pick this one up a little bit more before I pack everything back in its little Ziploc bag, just to get a little bit more done. I think whether I keep going here or if I want to do the bridge and then work a little bit down here, I don't know yet. We'll see what calls to me when I stitch it. But I think I might give this one a little bit more time this week while it's out. So that's that one. And 18 count. If you are new, everything you'll see here is 18 count. And I get asked a lot of times, I happen to do 2 threads over 1 on the 18 count. But I happen to like that fuller look. And I know with the hand-dyed fabric, sometimes it's almost maybe closer to a 20. I guess they shrink a little bit. So some people don't like that full look, and 1 thread over 1 is fine for them. So really, it depends on what you like look-wise and what you're comfortable with. And each fabric, depending on the hand dyer, might be different. So on one 18 count, you'd be like, I love it, 1 thread, and on another, you're like, oh, I need 2 threads. So play around with that. I just happen to go with the 2 threads. It's just, I don't know, at this point, second nature for me. My last work in progress is Mary Poppins, which everybody seems to really like, the little stitcher. It's a digital pattern, so obviously I have it in black and white. I don't print in color ever. And that's what we have. So I kept going. Look where we go. I kept working on Mary. So we have her overcoat, and then underneath what would be, I assume, her dress underneath. Which is, if you'll see, is a deep, deep blue. So once it's done, it'll look great against the black because you'll have that deep, deep blue with the black. So I think the colors are gonna look great. I got a little tired of blue and the black, so I jumped over here. I said, I wanna do some words. So I did some words as well. But this is definitely, once I outline it, it's kind of mindless stitching. She's still got a decent amount. It comes down here, so then I'll have a lot of blue once the black is done, and then just her shoes. And then she'll be done, and I can definitely work my way over. This is done on an 18 count Winter Blues by Bestitchme. So it is definitely a little bit deeper blue in person than you're seeing right here. I chose this one though because it kind of had a grayish, very slight grayish tint with the blue with it, and I thought it worked perfectly with the colors and the whole kind of London vibe I was thinking about in my head. So that's why I chose that one. And that's where we are. I'm really enjoying Mary still. I like stitching her, so for now I think she'll still stay in my rotation. I don't have any set. If you're wondering, if you're new, I know if you've been here a while, you know, I have nothing set. I don't have days that I do something. I don't have goals for a month, or I just wing it. And while I enjoy stitching it, I keep doing. And if I feel something else calling to me, then I do that instead. And that's really it. There's no rhyme or reason to anything I do. Oh, and one thing I want to mention with Mary, I chose to use Anchor Black rather than 310, which is what it was called for. And I am now starting, whoops, you don't want to see the back of it. I am now starting my second skein of black with what I've done so far. All right, those are all my works in progress. Chugging along, coming along. Hopefully I'll have a finish on Winterful and keep going on a couple dollars, and then we'll see what happens. We'll see what comes up. This week, my starts were teeny tiny starts, so they're starts and finishes, which was really fun. And the first one is so funny because this is a freebie from Fat Quarter Shop. I'm just gonna real quick flash it because they don't have any picture on the website. It's literally just the actual pattern. So it's candy hearts, conversation hearts. So if you go to Fat Quarter Shop, and you can, if I'm on my iPad, I have trouble finding their freebie section. If I'm on the desktop, I'm okay, I can find it easily. But a lot of times then what I'll just do is I'll just Google it. If I'm having trouble finding it, I just Google Fat Quarter Shop freebies, and it brings me to the page. So they have a bunch of different freebies from different designers. This one just says by Fat Quarter Shop, so I don't know if they themselves designed it. I had printed this last year with the idea that, oh, I'd stitch up a couple of them last year. Didn't happen. So this has been sitting in with all my digital patterns for a year, and so this year I said, you know what, I'm gonna do some. And what's funny is I think I've seen in a few different places people stitching them this year, and I had not seen them last year, so it's a thing this year. Very small because I know I want to make these small, so you're gonna see teeny tiny pieces of fabric. I've done two. I got two started and finished, so that's how fast they are if you decide to stitch them up. So here we go. So they give you colors for yellow, green, blue, purple, and pink. I am gonna do all five, and I just happened to grab there was no rhyme or reason which colors I did first. So I did yellow, which is this one, and then I did the green, which is this one. Now I'm gonna do them all on the same fabric. So this is 18 count blush from Bestitchme. I don't know, does it say? No, I don't know how I got it, if it was a fabric of the month or maybe I won it in a fight night. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. But it's a very, it's pinky, and in the light, it's kind of almost a purpley pinky, but not purple if you're not a big fan of purple, is definitely more on the pinky tones. When I stitched this one first, and yes, it's a little bit lighter against the fabric, but I figure it'll be fine, especially depending on what I back it with. And this one really, I liked how it popped on the fabric. And there is a rhyme or reason with the different fabrics I'm choosing, and I'll tell you in a minute. But I did change a little bit. So I am keeping whatever colors are the two light and dark of the same shade with these, but I am not, they have, let me see if I have the color. Yeah, 956. They have all of them being, the XOXO being done in this pink 956. And I decided that I didn't want all 5 to have that same color. So I just chose an orange for this one and just did the XO in that. I have it written down somewhere. I don't remember off the top of my head what it is. And then for this one, I chose one of the purples that will be with one of the later conversation hearts. So that's what I chose with those. Then I think what I'm going to do, so these are the 2 purples that they recommend, and I'm going to do a yellow XO. For the blue that they gave as suggestions, I'm going to do a pink XO. And then for the pink colors, I'm going to do a green XO. So each one of the XOXOs will be a different color on the inside, and so it'll be just a little bit more variety. But those are the 2 I started. I know I won't get all of them done by Valentine's. I suppose if I just sat and did them, I would, but I've got lots of other things I want to do. But at least I've got these started and working towards potentially at some point like a little Valentine tree. And because it would be smaller, I wanted small ornaments. So these definitely fit the bill. As these are on 18 count. On, what do they say on, what did they do it on? I can't remember what fabric they did it on a 25 count. And so it'd be 2.5 by 2.5 on a 25 count. So they're definitely tiny on the 18 count. But those 2 are starts and finishes. So you definitely could get a few of these done if you wanted to before Valentine's. And again, it's a freebie chart. Just go to Fat Quarter Shop. And if I think about it, I'll link it straight to the freebies page. But at the very least, I'll link you Fat Quarter Shop because I may forget the other. All right, the other one was actually a new purchase. So I'm going to show you what it looks like the way they, actually I didn't change the background color so much. So this was a purchase this week for shopping. I picked up from Primrose Cottage Stitches because I love all of their stuff. This was called Lovebirds. And so this is the digital pattern that I picked up. Super cute. And they just did it on definitely a neutral. And this is a neutral. I'm going to grab the other ones for a second. This is a neutral, but it's a very, very, very light purple. So it's called Lavender Frost, 18 count Lavender Frost from my vintage Needlearts. And obviously in the light, it could definitely look like it's a lighter color. So isn't that cute? So, so cute. And this one was also a very quick stitch. I think I was able to stitch this up in a day. There's not a lot of color changes. I mean, yes, the hearts are different colors, but you can just jump around and do, the ones that are the same color, and, get it done with quick amount of time. So this also would be something, it's nice and cute and small. This also would be cute for like a little Valentine tree, a little bit bigger than the conversation hearts, but that's okay, different sizes. And what I did was, so that's that fabric. So you've got the blush and you've got the Lavender Frost. So you see how there's a slight difference, but they're all along the same family. And then if you remember, I had stitched from Primrose one, and there's 2 more of these, which I haven't done, of the postage stamp line. And this is a neutral, and I don't know what it is, I'm sorry. But if you look, they're all, they all go well with, the different colors. And what's nice with these, they'll bring in some more colors because these are all similar color schemes, but they're all slightly different fabrics. But this one, super cute. If you want a quick stitch, this would make a cute pillow too, depending on what size you did and everything. And it wouldn't take you that long to do it. So that one's a lot of fun. I really recommend that one. And that is Primrose Cottage Stitches. And I think they do have monthly stuff. I did not grab the monthly. I think they're gonna have little monthly patterns, and I think they're gonna do more of the postage stamp for different holidays. And I don't know if this is part of a series as well, but they definitely have an idea for series going on. So if you want some little stitches in a series, these would be a great idea. But super, super cute, love it. And very easy to follow patterns. I really can't recommend them enough. All right, so that was a start and a finish. So I had 3 starts, 3 finishes, and then my whips in between. Some quick stitching, but that's okay. That's fun. That's all my stitching. That's all I have. I think I'm just collecting I'll collect all these little finishes that I do. And then again, when I get a chance to finish them, these will be simple because they'll be just little ornaments. And at some point, the goal, it would be have a nice little tree, little maybe tabletop-y tree, and be able to hang these on in. And because they're small, they would fit just fine on those. So that's the far-term decorating plan whenever I get there. And that's, yeah, stitching plans. I think I want to stitch, potentially start one of the other digital patterns that I got from Primrose, which I'm going to show you. Other than that, I don't have any specific plans. I'll just look at what I have in progress, see what calls to me, and see if there's any new starts that call to me. So shopping, not a lot, which seems to preference a lot of my weeks with shopping, but that's fine. That's perfectly fine with me. I did get my fabric of the month from Mystic Fabrics, and this is February. She's quick. She gets them closer to the beginning of the month than the end of the month. I'm still waiting on a couple Januaries, actually. So there might be some Januaries coming up in the middle of February, but this one happens to be the February. If you are in Mystic Fabrics Fabric of the Month Club and you don't want to see it, look away at this point. And this is what it is. It's called Lemongrass. Look how pretty that is. I get an 18 count Zweigart. So that's what I get each month. So nice. I have no idea what I'm going to stitch on it, but I think it's a lot of fun. Okay, you can look back if you did not want to see it. So that came from Mystic Fabrics. And then other than that, I had picked up the Lovebirds pattern from Primrose Cottage, and I picked up another one from them. Let me just grab my iPad and go to that one. And it's called, It's just called Hugs and Kisses. Now this was originally was part of a Valentine kit that they sold that had fabric. It might have had the flosses and it had the pattern. So you could get the whole thing as a kit and caboodle. And then after, I don't know if it was after it was sent or when, then they put this one up for just the PDF, a digital pattern. So then I grabbed that. I think they are doing some paper patterns though, because I think I've seen some people selling them, not just here at Primrose Cottage. I think I have seen them in other places as well. So my plan on this one is to stitch it in the same fabric. So this, you'll see, they did it in a blue. But I think I'm going to keep the scheme along the lines of the ones that I've been stitching, and I'm going to do it in the Lavender Frost. Now this is obviously a little bit bigger size-wise, but I thought what might be cute if I ended up with this one is a little bit bigger was just kind of making it more of a flat sort of finish and having it at the base of the tree somehow or other. I thought that would be kind of cute, and it would kind of go with everything else around the tree as well. That would be my goal. I don't know an 18 count. Stitch count is 41 by 64. So I don't know an 18 count. I haven't done the math yet, but you know, it's a little bit taller. And I am a small ornament kind of person. It just happens to be what I gravitate to more, especially the theme for this tree. But in general, I happen to gravitate to smaller ornaments. So I would be more apt to do something else with this than make it an ornament. So that's it for actual shopping. I did see, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, Stone Street Stitchworks put out a couple of freebies. I'm gonna go this way with it. Now she has they have some cute freebies on their site, and I have picked up a few others that I haven't stitched yet. But the two that they put out, I think both of these came out for just this Valentine's. One is called the Lace Maker's Cottage, and the other one is Sweetheart. So aren't those cute? Super, super cute. And with the Lace Makers, she does ask if you download that one, please make a donation to the charity of your choice. Obviously, it's a request, but just kind of a nice idea. So those two, this one, I bet you the heart would be a super quick stitch. So I am going to grab those, and I don't know if I'm going to stitch them this year with Valentine's only a week away at this point. But like the candy hearts, it could just go in the pile for next year. So maybe you'll see me stitching it next year. I don't know. But that's the freebie that just came out this week. I know, is it Hands-On Design? I don't have hers up, but I'm pretty sure she put out her yearly Valentine freebies too. And it's a very cute, quick stitch. I mean, could be really, really quick stitch if you wanted to get it done for Valentine's. Hands-On Design. I'm almost sure that's the one. I'm sure most of you would know better than me. But that's it. That's it for shopping. Not much, and not much coming. Maybe some fabric, but that's about it. All right, giveaways. Let's talk giveaways. I'm all caught up. I've talked to everybody. I've contacted everybody contacted me. Everything has either been shipped out or sent out or whatever. It's all on its way. So we are completely done with old business and we can go right to the new business. So this past week, I asked about your ice cream flavored choices. Loved it. And it's for this pattern, Snow Welcome from Imaginating and designed by Diane Arthurs. Super cute. And let's see. I didn't separate them before this morning, so I'm just trying to do that right now. I just threw them in the pile in the bowl. All right, so separate, and who do we have? Colleen Tennant. Colleen, congratulations. You've won this pattern. So if you could get back to me with your address, then I will ship it out to you. All right. This week I have a teeny tiny pattern. Little cute little guy. I don't know what year he is. Does it say? I don't know. It doesn't. Oh, it's old. 2008. So many of you probably already have it. But if you're back to stitching like me, it was totally brand new and super cute. So I said, you know what? I'm going to give this one away. So this is from the trilogy, and it is Little Cousin Wrigley. I guess they have a whole set, a little family member set. I don't have this, there's no buttons or anything like that. You'll see in the pattern there is some buttons shown. It's just the pattern itself. Super, super cute. I like Little Wrigley. He'd be a quick stitch. He's 40 wide by 50 high. So if you are like me and you are still knee deep in snow and winter, then this guy, there's still plenty of winter stitching left to do. I have definitely, and I don't know what you guys are. I think for years and years with my card business, I was always holidays ahead, because people are going to start buying Christmas stuff potentially 2 months ahead. So even though I'm in the midst of real life and Halloween, I'm trying to make Christmas cards. So I'm kind of done with that with my stitching. I'm kind of, especially now, it's not like I can get anywhere to finish anything. So I'm kind of enjoying stitching in the moment. So yeah, Valentine's is next week. I'll probably stitch something Valentine-y next week, even though, okay, it's not going to go out for it. During winter, I'll stitch winter. Yes, I need the summer beach stitching to keep me sane in this cold weather, but I'm enjoying stitching what we're at seasonal-wise. So in March, I'll stitch something St. Patrick's Day. It's just, I'm enjoying that. I'm kind of done with the going ahead type of thing. And the way I look at it, I have a pile of things that will need to be finished. So even if I continue to stitch in the moment with whatever time of year or holiday it is, I've got other stuff that will be done so that I can concentrate on. So I'm okay with that. I've spent years and years and years living holidays ahead while celebrating different holidays or times of year. So I'm enjoying just being in the moment for my stitching. So I am definitely still stitching and will stitch winter for a little while yet. But this little guy, Cousin Wrigley, is what is this week's giveaway. And I periodically do the rules. I should do them every week, but I forget. Please be 18 or older so that you can legally give me your address. Please don't say giveaway. Please don't say free. And please, I would love it if you were a subscriber. I'm not going to look for public subscriptions. It's on your honor. It is what it is. I mean, if you watch me every week, even though you're not a subscriber, well, I guess you kind of are, but not. So I would just like it, but I am not requiring it. It is just something that would be kind of nice. And questions. So the word is going to be cousin. So if you want to grab this guy, you're going to say the word cousin and you're going to answer the question. I was thinking about this because, okay, this hair has not been cut. Look at how long this is, since January. I really, 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 really need to go to the hairdresser. Bree, I wish I was like close to you. I would be all over having you do my hair because it's awful. It's long. This is why you see it up all the time, because down it's a disaster. So it got me thinking about hair. And it got me thinking about what was your first, well, not first, like your biggest like regret, worst haircut, something you did to your hairstyle, color, whatever it happens to be. What is it? Now, if you don't want Cousin Wrigley, or you've already stitched them and you know you're not looking for that, answer the question anyway, because I really want to hear what some of your hair stories might be. Again, maybe it was a color that did not go well. Maybe it was a style that did not go well, which is my issue. You know, you chopped it all and you realized that short hair was not for you. I don't know, but tell me your hair story. And if you want Wrigley, add the word cousin somewhere in the comment, and you know, you can just stick it at the end, no biggie. So that's that for me. And I have to see if I have pictures, because these would be school pictures that I'd be looking for, and I think I have those. I mean, in the era of non-cell phones, we didn't get pictures taken of us all the time as kids, so I have a little bit of pictures, but I don't have an overabundance. School picture, you know, the little ones that you got as the class, that's pretty much all I have for most of my elementary school years. So my biggest hair regret, I started early. I think it was 6th grade. It was either 5th or 6th, but I'm almost sure it was 6th grade. My best friend and I got perms. Now, we got really curly perms. Neither of us really look good in that. And we got it obviously before the school pictures, so it is forever immortalized in our 6th grade school picture. So I will have to look for that. I think I know where those pictures are, but I'm not 100% sure. So I will look for that and see if I can find it. What's prefaced by that is I might not have gone with the perm if and I don't know if this was 1st or 2nd grade. I know it wasn't kindergarten, because I know I had nice long hair in kindergarten. It was either 1st or 2nd grade. So I was in elementary school in the 70s. And so you're talking, I guess that would be mid-70s at that point. It wasn't really late 70s. Who was the darling in America during the 70s? But Dorothy Hamill. And we all had to have the Dorothy Hamill haircut, which is really short and looked really cute on her, but really didn't do it for me. And I swear, after that, after cutting my hair after kindergarten or 1st grade or whatever it was, and chopping it all, I never had a great hairstyle after that I was like loved. I always forever regret cutting my hair. And so Lisa, who was my best friend, Lisa and I think she did it too. We both did the Dorothy Hamill haircut. And then, you know, we were struggling for years afterwards, and we both like, let's do a perm. And that's where my biggest regret at 6th grade came from. So I will look for pictures. I'll see if I can find anything to share. But please tell me that I'm not the only one with hair stories that, you know, we would rather have gone a different direction, but didn't. And yeah, and if you want Wrigley, add the word cousin. So that's it. Life-wise, we got tons of snow. Well, not as much as other people. Paula, you did beat me on the snow amounts. It started snowing, I don't know, was it Sunday into Monday somewhere, and it's kept going until Tuesday. We ended up with, I would say, at least a foot. It was good 12 inches up to 14 inches of snow. I know, for those of you who have a little dog and you have snow, you know you have to actually shovel. We have to shovel the grass in the backyard so that the dog has somewhere to go, because Shamrock is not as tall as the snow. And so the poor guy would just completely sink into the snow and not be able to do anything. So we shoveled a little path, an area. I said one day we're going to do this little maze for him to go through. But we had to shovel that. And as he's walking by, the snow is higher than him. So that's how I know about 12 to 14 inches for snow. So that was the beginning. After my video, you know, a few days after that, our snowblower died right before the storm. So Luckily we had 3 shovels, so Mo and the kids were out there. I did my part by taking snow off the car, but it was quick work with the 3 of them, and it wasn't super heavy, so they were able to do that. And they did it in a couple days so that the bottom of the driveway with the plows didn't end up to be a disaster, which can happen. We've had that happen before. So that was the beginning of the week. Originally Saturday I was supposed to get my dishwasher, and Saturday morning we got a call from the installing company saying our installer came into work with a temperature. We're sending him home, and we're like, thank you very much. We don't need the dishwasher that badly if we're concerned he's sick. So they said we'll do it during the week, and they did. So as of Wednesday we have a new dishwasher. We haven't run it yet. It's just about full at this point. So because it doesn't take long. Does anybody else? My son, in the course of a day, uses 4 different glasses. He cannot use the same glass. I don't know why. So the top always gets full really fast. So we are ready to rock and roll with that thing, and we're going to give it a try. And fingers crossed that it seems fine. It looks good where it is. Hopefully that works. So that was my big adventure with the dishwasher. Hopefully the adventures of the dishwasher are done, and everything will be smooth sailing from there. Megan is supposed to go back to school on Sunday, and now they're saying that there's a potential storm. Not so much for us, but below us. And Pennsylvania, we have to go this way for Pennsylvania. And we have to go through New York, New Jersey, and that's a swath where they might be getting snow. So normally it wouldn't matter, just pick a different day, but everything is very regimented right now during Corona. So she has a time slot on Sunday, an hour-and-a-half time slot. She's supposed to move in. After that, she has a specific time slot for her getting tested, because they all have to be tested the day they arrive on school campus, and then they quarantine. And then I don't know if they get tested again, or if they just, I don't know. I can't remember. So now we're going to have to make some calls to the school today and see what happens if there is a lot of snow on the way down and we can't get there. So that's a little up in the air at the moment. And so she's supposed to go back on Sunday. I really don't know what's going to happen with that one. Those of you, anybody live outside of Philly, like the suburb, Bryn Mawr, kind of, down in that area, or so we'll end up, we don't go by the GW Bridge. We weren't stuck on that thing for so long. So anybody who lives in the Sawmill, Tappan Zee Bridge area, working your way down the Garden State through the New Jersey Turnpike, if you know what's happening for Sunday, please let me know. Is it starting Saturday night into Sunday? I'm not sure, or is it, what day is it? So if any of you can tell me, shoot me an email or shoot me a comment if you see this before Sunday, and let me know. Because we have no idea what we're doing. So that is a phone call to the school today. See if we can figure that out. And she's going to love that. She's still asleep, and we're going to be like, you have to call the school, because basically they don't talk to parents very often. It's always the kids. And this age group is funny. It's like they want to be adults. Okay, then you have to call and make your own doctor's appointments. You have to call to do things for school. It's like, I don't want to do that. Well, it's that turnover of when you're no longer a kid and you're now more of an adult. So when she gets up, she's got a little bit of phone calling to do. So anyway, that's happening or not happening this weekend. We will see. Other than that, not too much. I am coming up on 1 year floss tubing. I cannot believe it. I don't remember the day. It's sometime next week. I'll probably talk about it next week. I think it's in the middle of the week somewhere. But amazing to me. I can't believe it. I am so grateful that I have done this for a year, and I have met all of you, and I had no idea what I was doing that first one, but I'm so happy that I pressed record and you pressed play, and we have been here for a year since. But that's it. So my stitchy friends, I hope you're well. I hope you're safe and taking care of yourself, and I wish you're nice and warm if you were in a cold spot and you're not going to be affected by storms. In other places, there's other type of storms. So I'm wishing you all well. Doesn't matter. I'm just wishing you all well and safe. And hopefully you get a lot of stitching in. Until next time, happy stitching.